vehicles in 2021 through 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L vehicles. Dealers will begin notifying car owners of free repairs next month. And strawberries sold in Wisconsin and 31 other states are under recall. Willamette Valley Fruit Company says they were grown in Mexico and could be tainted with hepatitis A. That is a highly contagious liver disease spread by someone infected with the virus. Brands include Great Value frozen berries sold at Walmart and Fresh Start smoothies at Costco's. If you have them, toss them out or return them to a store for a refund.
And new on Wake Up, a Wisconsin mother and daughter duo are working on a children's book to raise awareness for disability. Peg Carter and her daughter Abby both live with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS, a genetic disorder that affects joint and skin tissue. Back in April, they released a coloring book that featured puns about the disorder, as well as zebras, the unofficial mascot for the disorder. The animal symbolizes the rareness of the syndrome and the visible and invisible symptoms of EDS.
It was my daughter's idea to do this book because, like I said, she wanted to make sure that other kids like herself knew that there was other kids out there, and to help kids, typical kids, understand that sometimes going to school looks different for other people than it does for them.
Isn't that just beautiful? The new book is currently being illustrated and will tell the story of Abigail, a child recently diagnosed with EDS.
Young ball players will once again have the chance to learn the game from future stars. The Chevy Youth Baseball and Softball program is teaming up with the Wausau Woodchucks to provide clinics to teach the game. They're open to both boys and girls between the ages of 5 and 14, as well as special needs participants of all ages and skill levels. They'll rotate through various stations to learn essential baseball and softball skills. The clinics are being held in a number of area communities, so you can go to their website for more information.
Live from News 9 WAOW, this is News 9's Wake Up Wisconsin.
Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Wisconsin. I'm Adriana Daniel.
And I'm Sadie Fisher. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
First responders are the deciding factor whether you could live or die.
A fundraiser benefiting first responders is weeks away. Why they say the support is so important.
Plus, changes could be coming to how Wisconsin handles insanity pleas. Why supporters say the update will help the LGBTQ community feel more protected.
And
it was just so loud. The house shook. I felt it in my sinuses before we heard the boom.
We're hearing from the neighbors of a plane crash in southern Wisconsin that killed one person. The details officials are still trying to work out.
News 9 WAOW, we've got you covered.
You may have noticed those hazy skies are back. Here's some footage from outside our station yesterday afternoon, and with the air quality alert is back once again as well. It runs until noon today. Sensitive groups are at risk, and those once again are the wildfires in Canada causing those haze. Justin Lowe joins us now, Star Track 9's chief meteorologist. Justin, there's a lot going on with these haze right now.
Yeah, that's right. We've had it off and on so far in this early summer period, but you know what? It should start to decrease later on today.
Okay, that's good.
Take a look at our forecast here. We've got a north wind, so that's blowing more of that smoke down into southern Wisconsin, off to the west into Minnesota. So later today, it should get a little bit more clear. That air quality alert in effect until noon today, and we see some of that haze in the air right now with our Sherrill Tire and Service view looking out toward Rib Mountain. Got a dry start to the day and just a very light traffic out on the freeway at this hour. Our Covantage Credit Union view also showing nearly calm streets there, clear streets for your morning here in downtown Wausau. And around the area, it is quite a bit cooler in the north. Look at Phillips, 43 degrees, 51 in Antigo. It's warmer, 60 in the Dells, but everywhere across the area it will be a cooler day. You definitely notice it for today, but it'll still be good for grilling out because it'll be dry. A few scattered clouds this morning, mostly sunny later on today with highs in the low to mid 70s, although only in the 60s in the Northwoods for today, so kind of feeling like fall. But after today, a warm up. I'll let you know how warm it will get coming up in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Justin. And happening today, if you live in Rib Mountain, your water may be shut off today. The town will be shutting water off for maintenance at 7:30 this morning. It will impact those living on Lady Slipper, Clover, Flame Flower, Firethorn, Goldenrod, and Banbury.
New on Wake Up, a proposed bill could change how courts in Wisconsin recognize insanity pleas. The bill aims to remove an argument known as the so-called panic defense. Under the current law, a defendant can argue that knowing someone's gender identity or sexual orientation can cause a state of mental defect or panic. This isn't the first time the bill has been seen on the assembly floor. The bill has been introduced every single year since 2019.
For us to release this legislation that says, we want you to be safe here, we want you to be protected here, hopefully sends a message to those families and those individuals that they are welcome and they are wanted here.
Emerson says she isn't holding her breath that this bill gets passed this year, but wants LGBTQ Wisconsin residents to know that there are people in the state assembly who care about them. She says she expects that this will be a session full of several proposed anti-trans bills. Republicans have not yet commented. Well, the search continues for hundreds of law enforcement, volunteer, and air patrols out looking for James Yablonsky.
So far, the sheriff says about 5,000 acres of land have been covered. On Tuesday, police found what appeared to be an abandoned campsite in the area that the 13-year-old had used after taking his family's car early Monday morning. They say a handgun is also missing from the home. Police, K-9 units, and aircrafts are searching both where the car was found, but they say it's a difficult area to trek through.
The woods is very thick. There's rock ledges, there's cliffs. It's very thick in there. It's hard. You could be 6-8 feet from another deputy and you can't see that deputy. So that's how thick it is.
Neighboring sheriff's departments as well as the DNR and state emergency management have also been involved.
And take a look at your screen. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding this missing man they say could be in danger. This is Jason Meyer. He was last seen near the intersection of Burma Road and County Road E. That is west of Highway 107. Police say they are out searching for him, but do not need public help at this time. Although anyone who sees him should call the non-emergency line.
Authorities are continuing to investigate a plane crash in southern Wisconsin that killed one person. It happened in an open area of a park in Watertown yesterday, and the NTSB says it was a Mooney M20R plane that crashed, which can hold up to 4 people. Officials are still working to determine if anyone else was on the plane when it ran off before they arrived. New this morning, we're hearing from the neighbor who called 911.
So I was mowing the lawn, and then I just felt this huge boom and heard it. And then it was the plane, so I went around the back, and then I see this huge cloud of smoke. There was a shoe on fire, there was a couple wheels off in the field, and also some trees were on fire as well.
He says he tried to see if everyone was okay, but couldn't get close because of that fire. The NTSB collected parts of the plane to determine what exactly happened, but it is expected to take months.
Happening today, demolition of the damaged bridge on I-95 in Pennsylvania is expected to wrap up. The highway collapsed over the weekend after a tanker truck went up in flames underneath it, killing one person. The governor issuing a disaster declaration for the rebuilding process, vowing to make sure the bridge is restored quickly, but also safely.
And in international news and new this morning, search and rescue operations continue after a boat carrying hundreds of migrants sank off the coast of Greece. Take a look at your screen. These are pictures of that boat before it sank, packed with what could be nearly 750 people. Nearly 80 people are confirmed to be dead, while more than 100 have been rescued, now set up in a temporary shelter. It's not known how many passengers might still be in the water or trapped in the sunken vessel. The Coast Guard says no one on board was wearing a life vest and are calling it one of the worst disasters of its kind this year.
A huge fundraiser for an area fire department is just a couple of weeks away. News 9's Sabrina Lee spoke with firefighters to find out why these kind of events are just so important.
Here at Pittsville Fire Department, they're hosting one of their biggest fundraisers of the year, and it's all to support all this.
First responders are the deciding factor whether you could live or die.
Fundraising is everything for volunteer departments. One of the ways they do that is through hosting an annual race. The Heart and Soul Race, which is now in its 37th year.
Biggest source of funding for this project is the race.
The largest fundraiser of the year, it raises money to fund Pittsville Fire Department's equipment, and this time they're funding new breathing apparatuses.
When there's an atmosphere you're not sure about that we have to make entrance to, you have to wear breathing apparatus.
And the event continues to grow. This year, there's 47 sponsors, 8 of which are new. Polly's Diner is one of those new sponsors.
It's something that we are in strong belief for helping.
Despite only being 6 months old, the diner has a surprising connection to the fire department.
In fact, our fire chief's, I want to say, grandparents built this building in 1957 and opened it in 1958 as Emily's Cafe. And we are now, I believe, the 17th owner since they originally built this.
It's a family connection and relationship they've sustained over the years. The diner even provides sandwiches and food for the firefighters when they're out on long calls.
Thanks. And it's very important to be able to keep them sustained, physically, so they can continue doing what they're doing best.
So they can keep doing what our community needs them to do, help people.
And I strongly believe having a first responder team so close to home is absolutely amazing and beneficial and honestly necessary.
They say at the end of the day, no matter what form it comes in, first responders always need your support and appreciate it no matter what. In Pittsville, I'm Sabrina Lee, News 9, WAOW.
Thank you, Sabrina. Happening today, you can have a family movie night outside in Cronenwetter. They're kicking off their first movie under the stars of the summer tonight. They'll be showing A Dog's Journey at Towering Pines Park starting at dusk, which they say will be at about 8:45 p.m. You can get dinner or snacks from food vendors and are encouraged to bring a food donation for the women's community. Also happening today, you can stop by Wausau's new night market downtown. They'll have farmer and artisan vendors, live music and sidewalk cafes. Downtown retailers will also be open later than normal. Vendors will be set up outside the City Square Office Center Plaza. You can stop by anytime between 5 and 9 p.m. If you can't make it to tonight's, there will be 2 more this summer in both July and in August. Well, time is 5:09 and more nice weather means it'll be perfect for outdoor movies or being out at the market. Storm Track 9 Chief Meteorologist Justin Lowe will be back with the full forecast.
Plus, the dry season could impact golf courses for the U.S. Senior Open. We'll take a look at how one area course is dealing with it after the break.
Justin knows.
ET tonight at 6:30 on WAOW TV 9.
It's time to celebrate the amazing men, the real-life superheroes in our lives. And this morning, GMA's doing just that with our most epic live Father's Day surprise for one amazing dad. Get the tissues ready this morning. See it live at 7 on Good Morning America.
Looking for a truck? Want to save a few bucks? TJ's Auto, we've got trucks.
Cars, SUVs, and campers too.
Come on down. Stop in, call, or click today. TJ's Auto, Wisconsin Rapids, we've got trucks.
Do you have used oil, antifreeze, and oil filters in stock?
Get rid of it now. Call Rock Oil Refining, Stratford.
We'll pick it up and turn your waste into renewable energy.
Rock Oil Refining makes managing your waste a breeze. We provide what you need to succeed.
It's June Dairy Month, and the Mullins Retail Store wants to celebrate with you. After all, if there's one thing we know Wisconsin loves, it's dairy. Stop into the Mullins Retail Store for some cheese, pizza, ice cream, and much more. Then, join Mullins in showing your appreciation for Wisconsin dairy farmers by posting a picture of your support on the Mullins Cheese Facebook and Instagram pages. Happy June Dairy Month, Wisconsin from Mullins Cheese Retail Store, located off Highway DB.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
Nestled in the trees just west of Wapaka, you'll discover the new Cottage Garden Farm of home and garden decor. With a large clothing boutique and a year-round Christmas shop, you'll be glad you made us your destination.
Welcome to the Cottage Garden Farm for home decor. We are open every day, west on 54.
It's easy to get lost in investment research. Introducing JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David.
Connect with an advisor to create your personalized plan.
Let's find the right investments for your goals.
Okay, great.
JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Looking for a truck? Want to save a few bucks? TJ's Auto, we've got trucks.
Cars, SUVs, and campers too.
Come on down. Stop in, call, or click today. TJ's Auto, Wisconsin Rapids, we've got trucks.
You're watching Wake Up Wisconsin on News 9 WAOW with Brittany Slaughter, Sadie Fisher, and Chief Meteorologist Justin Lowe. News 9's Wake Up Wisconsin continues.
Welcome back. A historic 100-year-old North Woods Hockey Dome is getting a major boost. But the years are definitely starting to show on the old dome here, which is why a $250,000 grant means so much for them. The grant comes from the National Neighborhood Promise Grant, and the Promise new modernized cooling, roofing, and some systems, and even an overdue girls' locker room.
It's gorgeous. People are excited to be here. Olympians have started hockey here. NHL stars have started hockey here. And just kids who want to be a part of a team, learn a sport, build friendships for life.
The dome was only one of 3 buildings like it in the entire country, so every precaution is being taken to preserve it.
Well, you can help preserve an area walking trail and enjoy a cool one at the same time. Point Brewery has unveiled its new Green Circle Pale Ale, which was inspired by an employee who's an avid biker of the Green Circle Trail. A portion of all beer sales go to the trail's upkeep. Early responses have been positive.
They're just happy about the concept that buying a local product can actually contribute back to a local recreational fun trail that surrounds Stevens Point.
You can find the beer in stores, the brewery's beer garden, and at the U.S. Senior Open later this month.
And now we're 2 weeks away from the U.S. Senior Open, and despite the mostly dry weather, Century World says they're not worried. While the rain this week has helped, central Wisconsin has seen less rainfall than we usually get this time of year, but the home of the 43rd U.S. Senior Open has the technology in place to keep those greens green.
Because we have this irrigation system that's widespread throughout the golf course. We have moisture readers that we use. We have weather stations that gauge the amount of evaporation that happens on a daily basis so that we continually stay moist and green.
We're still a bit too far away to have a solid forecast on what things will look like when the Open kicks off, but as long as there's no lightning, the Open will play on.
Now, your Storm Track 9 weather.
Well, video here shows a large tornado on the ground in Blakely, Georgia, about 190 miles south of Atlanta. Boy, that is a big one.
That's huge, yeah.
Yeah, officials from Texas to Georgia are reporting damaging winds and possible tornadoes from a storm system that has affected the southern part of the country over the last couple of days.
Wow.
Yeah, and once again today, the same areas are seeing severe weather.
Okay,
yeah.
It's an intense week for them.
Yeah, that's right. It's been pretty quiet over the last month or so, but now you've got some activity down south. We take a look at our radar view, and you can see some of those thunderstorms rumbling through parts of Alabama and into Georgia this morning. That's where the highest risk of severe weather will be once again for today. Here in the Midwest, well, we got some rain nearby just across the lake here over in lower Michigan, but like most of the rain, it just kind of misses us this time of year. We've had quite the dry spell of weather, and once again for today, we're starting out dry, and it will remain dry. But will it be the driest June ever? Well, so far in Wausau, we've had 1.17 inches of rainfall, which is about an inch below normal. But it's not going to break the record. No, the driest June we ever had was in 1976, only 52 hundredths of an inch the entire month. And believe it or not, 1976 was also the driest year on record in Wausau. So we're not going to break that record, although we sure could use some rain. I've heard from some of our weather watchers around the area how dry it is, like down in Adams County. The grass is getting pretty brown there. We do have, though, some haze in the sky. Still have that air quality alert through, it says frost advisory, it should say air quality alert there, through noon today. So yeah, we still have some of that smoke in the sky. And yesterday, Robert in Wausau snapped a photograph. Look at that hazy sun right on top of the Dudley Tower there, downtown Wausau. That's a neat little picture there. And we see the haze in the sky and a few clouds with our Stetsonville camera view here out in Taylor County. And also our Marshfield Children's Hospital view shows kind of a gray sky, but dry roadways, so no trouble on the roads this morning. Temperatures are pretty cool in the north, 48 in Merrill, 46 right now in Medford. Farther south, it's still in the 50s, but it will be a much cooler day for today. Looking for a high of only 74. Yesterday was 81, so today a little cooler than normal, but the only cooler than normal day in our forecast. It will be warmer than normal going into next week and unfortunately drier than normal. Our future track not showing hardly anything. That rain off to our east, and we've got some rain out to the west, but that storm system coming in from the west is going to kind of fizzle out once again before it reaches us. Friday, tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, a little bit warmer, and then warmer yet on Saturday, and you can see some rain hitting Minnesota, and there's a very slight chance maybe a shower could drift into the western part of the state late Saturday or into Sunday, but boy, it's really highly doubtful that much of our area is going to see any rainfall. Unfortunately, bad news in the extended outlook. 74 for today with a few scattered clouds, much cooler out there, 45 overnight. Clear skies, very cool as we see a north-northeast wind around 5 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, up to 80 degrees, beautiful weather with a good amount of sunshine and a very light wind out there for tomorrow. And your 7-day outlook does show that warm up along with the dry weather. So if you have some outdoor plans over the weekend, it really doesn't look like much threat of rainfall. 85 on Father's Day Sunday. And then middle of next week, even warmer, probably some upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. Not much threat of rain until maybe Friday of next week.